Hey everyone, Nick here. This is Chip Stock Investor. Hope you were well. Hope you're staying warm this winter. You know what is heating up? The stock market. Stocks, especially tech stocks, in recent weeks are beginning to rally. It looks like maybe some of the terrible narrative from 2022 is giving way to something a bit more positive for 2023, at least as far as stocks are concerned. And in particular, semiconductor stocks really taking off. Quick update here on Aehr Test Systems. Here's why. Before continuing, let me remind you to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel if this video is helpful as you do your own investment research and increase your knowledge of business and technology. We really appreciate the support, as subscribing to the channel helps us continue putting out content like this. As you can see here, this thing is all over the board since the market got wind of this new material called silicon carbide and how important it is to the electric vehicle market. You see the rally in 2021, the decline last year, but here in recent weeks, this thing is back to all-time highs. Basically, long story short, there was a really good earnings report for Aehr's second quarter of fiscal year 2023. Got a link to that video right here, as well as a link to the older video where we do a deeper dive into the silicon carbide market and why it's important to electric vehicles. But after the last quarterly update, we got an analyst upgrade saying that they think Aehr Test Systems 1-year stock price target is now $45. So even after this recent race higher, still significantly more than where the stock is currently trading at just shy of $35. I definitely agree and think an upgrade to the valuation model on Aehr is warranted because the company in its last earnings report said they generated 16 cents earnings per share, up from 5 cents, more than 200% increase year over year from the 5 cents they reported last year. That's a big jump. Clearly, this company is just beginning to hit profitable scale as they sell more of their testing equipment to their lead customer, in particular on semiconductor. But is $45 a share a fair value, and is the stock a buy now? Well, it's still in my portfolio. I did take some profit off of the table ahead of this last earnings report. In hindsight, a mistake, but I still think the right decision because, as you could see from the previous charts I showed, this stock is all over the board. Aehr is a very tiny company. They sell equipment, so this can be a very cyclical business. Huge growth in sales now can quickly devolve into a cyclical downturn a little bit later. That isn't the case right this minute. I think it's also notable as well that Aehr did not provide any increase to their full year fiscal 2023 guidance. So I'm going to play it a little bit safe. The company has now generated 42 cents per share over the last trailing 12 months. I'm now going to say maybe an average of 20 to 25% earnings growth over the next 2 years, and then assuming a high single-digit earnings growth rate thereafter. Given that information, I think the stock is fair valued presently at about $25 per share. So up from what I said before, low $20, high teens to low $20 range. I'm going to say $25 is a fair price now. Still in my portfolio. I'm not going to trim anymore, but like I said, this is a volatile stock. If this thing dips back below $30 again at some point, which I think is definitely a possibility, I'd be tempted to re-add to my position after this latest earnings update. While I am exercising some caution right now on this because it's a small company, because it's a very volatile stock, if you are bullish on the electric vehicle market and the chip industry that supports it, Aehr Test Systems is definitely worth a look. Just bear in mind the research that I provide here is designed for a long-term buy and hold strategy. I don't buy stocks I buy businesses with the intent of holding them for the long term. So if that's the case for you, you might want to take a look at Aehr Test Systems. Keep the position small. It's a small business, but this is a very, very promising player, I believe, in the chip industry, as it provides some support to the EV market and eventually possibly some other interesting markets as well, like data centers, as explained in the last video. Again, link to those last two videos here below, embedded in the video. That's going to be a wrap for Aehr Test Systems. We have a really busy week coming up. It's earnings season, so we've got big tech earnings coming up. Stay tuned for that. Remember to hit the subscribe button, hit the like button if you found this video helpful in your research. Take care, everyone. See you again soon.